Hello listeners and welcome to Let's Chat, one of many an episode where we have a guest speaker sharing their amazing journey towards a better way of being through a teaching, a practice, or from a passion of helping others from mainstream or complementary healing practices. Today we will be chatting with Doinita Ward, a certified Akashic Records healer, spiritual counsellor, plant medicine practitioner. Doinita is originally from a small European country called Moldova, has travelled the world for many years working on yachts before arriving and making home in Florida. Doinita's international adventures have given way to a vast growth and learning experiences, and along with extensive training in shamanic practices, Doinita is able to access the Akashic Records, which are an energetic library that holds the imprint of every soul's journey through time and space. By consulting the records, Doinita can offer clarity of purpose, emotional and physical healing, give precise insight for personal relationships, cord clearing, practical tools, and suggestions for our growth. Now that sounds so interesting. I can't wait to connect and hear all about this. Listeners, let's get ready to join the conversation. Let's chat with Doinita Ward. Hi Doinita, and welcome to A Better Way of Being podcast. It's lovely to have you join us.
Thank you very much for having me here today.
Yeah, awesome. I can't wait to hear your story. So just before we get in and do listen and learn about all that you offer in your practice, let's chat about the journey. And I know we've already had a bit of a discussion on that, and I'm so keen to hear your whole story and get listeners knowing about you. So what has been the path that has led you to be doing what you're doing now in a way of helping people to reach, and I love this, I've seen this on, and I've heard you say it, to reach to the souls of themselves?
Well, that's a beautiful question. Thank you. My path, literally my path, my soul's path.
Yes.
There was this from the childhood, from the moment I remember myself, the relationship with my grandparents, the relationship, that they introduced me to the love of natural remedies, of healing, of the alternative ways of being, the connection with the elements, the connection with the animals, the connection with your heart, right?
Yes.
So it's sort of unfolded. I was always mesmerized by the wind, by the stars, by the animals, by the connections between people and the emotions. And at the time I didn't know, and as I grew and I evolved, right, and I matured, the people just showed up in my life and guided me, and the experiences. So I'd say how I got here, by by my soul guided me here.
Wow. And you followed
gentle it. Yes. Well, there were moments in my teenage years and my young when I didn't.
Yeah.
So, you learn fast to trust and redirect.
Exactly. Yes. But isn't
because
that
the waters are tumultuous.
Yeah. Yes. And isn't that sidetracking all a part of the process?
Absolutely. So yes, it was just and it's still, it is still, I'm being fed breadcrumbs, and I am being guided to trust, and it's not something new. It feels like I am walking the same way, the same path, but it is deeper and more expansive and more aware and more magical, because I'm allowing deeper and deeper and deeper, right?
Yes. Oh, that's just given me goose pimples. That's lovely. Yes. And you've also, from our conversations, you've had quite a journey on the seas to explore, and many opportunities, they said, for people to come your way with teachings.
Yes. I grew up in a very small European country called Moldova. and the times are very tumultuous there right now, and I'm holding space, and I'm sending love, and and then when did I leave? I left quite young. I think I was 21 when I got on a flight to US, and I landed in Miami, and all by myself.
Wow.
With $100 in my pocket.
Oh goodness. Yes. How brave.
And I joined. Yes, that was this inner calling of freedom, of moving, of traveling.
Yes.
This strong calling of traveling, of expanding.
Yes.
So, that was my way out.
Yeah.
The country was very restricted. That was my way out. So I joined the cruise ships, Carnival Cruise Lines out of all. Yeah. And then I found about yachting, and then I joined them. Then I became a chief stewardess on yachts, traveling the seas. That's how I met my husband, met a lot of wonderful people, and gained a lot of experience, and the love of the ocean, the love of the sunset, of the sunrise, just a different way of being in the moment.
Yes. Oh, that sounds wonderful. And I'm sure you've come across many a teacher to help you on that on your soul path. Just with that.
Yes, that was it was very kind of like three-dimensional at the time.
Yeah.
Very, very, but it was necessary to really guide me and sculpt me and bring me to ayahuasca.
Ah, right. And what was that? Could you give us a bit of an idea for listeners and viewers? What's the process? Because I know you're into plant medicine, so we can tap into a bit of that info if you like.
Oh, please. I love ayahuasca now.
Yes. Yeah.
Now. Yes. And that was back in 2013 when my husband and I would travel for the first time to Peru. Yeah. And at the time I had no idea, and I've never done any plant medicine, right? And I was also busy with work, so he planned everything, and I was just, yeah. He told me about it and what it kind of does. I was like, oh, sounds great. Let's do it.
Yes. Yeah.
No preparation. And here I am in Peru in the, no preparation. So it was really rough. Oh. It was really like a shake, like, the dark night of the soul. Yeah. When it shook me to the core.
Right. Okay.
It was so intense and so powerful and so painful. Because I wasn't ready.
Okay.
You never do anything and then you do something like this, to the grandmother.
Yes.
That it turned my life upside down.
Wow.
Emotionally, it was, the year was very intense. So as soon as I could, and I was terrified of ayahuasca, at the same time, my soul again, I booked another retreat a year later. It's like, this is either gonna help me, cure me, or kill me.
Oh, okay. Wow, how brave. Again.
So, yes, but that's thanks to that I met my mentor and teacher, the Akashic Records mentor and teacher, because I needed this extra guidance to navigate the tumultuous waters after my first ayahuasca journey.
Yes. Yeah.
There was so much chaos, so much fear, so much pain. So everything was on the surface, right? Okay. And it wasn't just mine. It was all my, the ancestors, the collective, everything was just, imagine it's just stir the mud.
Yes. Stir the pot. Yeah.
Stir the pot, stir the mud at the bottom of the lake, right? Yeah. It's all on the surface. So she became my, I used to call her, don't tell her, my spiritual shrink.
Oh, okay. Won't tell her.
Don't tell her. But she's phenomenal, so she guided me, she helped me, she held the space for me, and she became a beautiful teacher in a way, in her way.
Yes.
In her, just the being. Yeah. And she helped me tremendously to navigate the waters. Yeah. And then, of course, I kept going back to Peru over and over for 4 years. And I did, and I learned to surrender and to embrace and to, I love ayahuasca spirit and the
Right.
teachings and
Yeah.
it is within me. Even now talking about her, I feel the energy moving through me.
Yes.
And it is a beautiful medicine. It's a beautiful spirit. It's a beautiful way of being, creating,
Okay.
exploring
Yes.
the inner and the outer and all of it.
Okay. So how's it
So I'm
used?
not gonna.
How is it used?
How is it used?
Yes, I've never been in a pub. I've never done it. So I'm really interested.
Oh, this is well, you. That's why it was so rough in the beginning, the first one, because I didn't prepare for it.
Ah.
You prepare your body by, with the diet
Okay.
prior. So you diet, but it's a diet in terms of like you limit yourself to very, fruits, vegetables, light, no salts, no alcohol, no coffee, very clean food, very
Yes.
light, very simple. This way you clean your body, no TV, just no low
Desensitized.
frequency, yes,
Yeah.
desensitize, just purify as much as, and you, before you actually take the medicine,
Yeah.
you're with a shaman or the medicine, it's a very sacred space, sacred container.
Yeah.
And you come in with an open heart, with a pure body, with an open body, with an
Yes.
intention to heal. You come in with, yeah, just the openness, right? I mean,
Yes.
that would be ideal, because because the easy that would be ideal. And then it's a very beautiful ceremony, right? You honor, you give, put the intention, put
Yeah.
your prayers into it, and then you drink. It's a drink.
Oh, okay.
And then you go back into your chair. It's a sacred container, and not chair like the space. Generally it's mats, or different, there's thousands and millions all over the world.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's best to have this space where, and the bucket, because it's a very purgatory.
Oh, yeah.
But you fast, you
Yeah.
fast
Okay.
prior, which
Yes.
you have a clean system. Just there's no food in your system, for a while. So it's it's a very spiritual, very ceremonial, beautiful, intense,
Yes.
because it's all, it's all there.
Yeah. Well, we carry a lot
And
around with us.
what, yeah, exactly. So we normally say, no, normally it's said, it's like you don't always get what you want, but she always gives what you need.
Oh, yes.
And the invitation is to surrender,
Okay.
because
Yep.
the more you resist,
Yes.
the harder she is on you,
Oh,
the more
okay.
painful it is.
Okay. Because we need it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I was fighting it,
Oh.
fear, everything. So it was very traumatic.
Yes.
And you learn, my intention was to just, and the more you surrender, it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful grandmother medicine, which I
Oh.
love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love dearly,
Oh, good. And you use the plant medicine now?
Yes, I
Yes.
do, but I haven't, not as much as in the beginning, the
Yeah.
first few years, because
Yeah.
it's just, it's interesting how with these plant medicines, she calls you.
Oh, when you need. Is that? Oh, fantastic. I guess
She
you've.
calls you.
Wow, you've made a
So
connection
that's
with
how
her. Yeah.
but that's how I
Sorry.
ended up in Peru for the first time, because I didn't know her, but it was a calling. There's nothing happens by accident. You
No,
don't
no.
just stumble and go to Peru and drink ayahuasca
No.
because,
You
it's a
just
recruit.
don't.
No, it doesn't, you don't.
Mm, mm.
So, and then, it's just, she calls you. So in the beginning, it was like when, it's like in the beginning when the muck is thick.
Yes.
So I went more and more and more, so people go more, and then as you get deeper into your own alchemy, into your own, she's always with you because you're not as intense, you're not as restricted, you're more in flow with the universe, you're more open.
Yeah.
She's with you, and then once in a while she will call you, and then you go and sit with her, and you go deeper. So it's interesting because what I noticed is that deeper I go into my journey, spiritual journey of connecting to my own higher self, right, soul, heart,
Yes.
and the magic within,
Yes.
the less I feel called to sit with her, right?
That's interesting, because she's always with you then. There's that makes a lot of sense. Oh, how powerful. Yeah.
So the last time I sat with her was 30th of December.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I spent last year's New Year's Eve with her.
Oh, how lovely. Yeah.
Very powerful.
Yes, yes. And I guess that's has the ability of opening you up so you can reach others people's souls to help them connect to their souls themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is all about the deeper I go within, the more I'm able to hold space for others.
Yes, yes. Well, I sensed that when we first chatted here, a week or so ago. Oh, the healing that you were giving me just through conversations, showing me your tools, was just amazing. I had a wonderful night and week after that. So powerful.
Thank you.
Touched the presence. And as you were talking just then, I felt that same connection. As you said, she's here with you now, and she's always with you, and she comes in at the same time. And I know we're miles away, but I've got that same sensation. It's like she's, you can feel the reaching out through you. So thank you, just sitting here doing that. So what a wonderful connection you can give when you've got people there one-on-one with you. And
thank you very much.
Yeah, no, thank you.
By the way,
yeah.
That tapestry behind me,
Yes.
that is, I bought that in Pucallpa, the jungle of Peru, and that's the songs of ayahuasca, handmade by a Shipibo maestra grandmother in the jungle of ayahuasca, in the jungle of Peru.
Yes.
Pucallpa.
So you've got that
beautiful
power coming in behind you as well.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, as a part of that unfolding, you mentioned the Akashic Records. Now,
Yes.
I know I'm most keen, and listeners would be most keen to hear a bit about them, and what are they, and how can they help us with our towards a better way of being? Can you share us? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Currently, Akashic Records are my everyday, right? Currently, yes. This just being in the records, being in the Akashic Records and assisting others, tapping into that. This is what I'm focusing on.
Yes.
More. It's like the sacred container where all the other modalities that I bring forth are held.
Okay.
So the Akashic Records, imagine this energetic library where everything, all the history, all the information, all the wisdom, all the energies, everything that is within our universe, cosmos, all that it is almost like, I would say stored. It is within this space.
Okay, yeah.
And what came to me is, an Akashic Records is the energy of love.
Yes.
So it's this sacred container of love, of the highest frequency.
Yeah.
The magic, I felt drawn to it through my teacher, as I said, but it was also a soul calling. Okay. Because it is so natural, it is so natural to me. Well, now. Yes. At the same time, it was a calling. It was a very strong calling when it's like, when you know, yes. And there is no questions. There is no hesitation, nothing.
No.
And did you know that tapping and accessing your Akashic Records, it's everyone's birth-given right?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, absolutely. And we don't.
we do and we don't.
Okay, yeah.
You know when you have that, you have a test of some sort or a situation or
Yes.
something, and it's kind of like a puzzle, a life puzzle, right?
Yes.
And you don't have the answer, and then you go and you sleep on it, or you suddenly have this little whisper
Yes.
coming. That's your tapping into your Akashic Records.
Okay. You're
And that
able.
is the wisdom of your
Yeah.
soul. This is your wisdom. This is your Akashic Records. This is the wisdom. That's your soul speaking to you. This is the information coming from that sacred container of love and beauty, right?
Yes.
That's within
Yes.
you.
Yes. Wonderful.
It's
'Cause we.
just not everybody knows, you know,
No.
and not
Yeah.
everybody has the time or the patience or the threshold, you
Yeah.
know, to tap into it.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I'm a great believer that in the we have all the answers within us. You know, our soul to start with. It is like you said. It's tapping into it, providing the space, or even I guess I don't know what you think, but even the acknowledgement that when you are contemplating something, and for me it comes when I've, you know, again, if you've got something you want an answer to, you sit, I meditate, and I just sit in quiet, and that's when these responses come in, and the more I acknowledge and use the responses, the more I seem to be able to tap into that magic and the love and the expansion of what the soul can provide for you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. So in your one-on-one Akashic Records readings, this is what you're doing for people.
Yes, I do. I offer. I love this, you know, Akashic Records, healing sessions, and you know, more like peeling layers of the old, right?
Yes.
Assisting them in tapping deeper into their own wisdom,
Yes.
you know, the empowerment of their own hearts, of their own energy, of their own soul, of their own gifts.
Yeah.
Just tapping into the beauty of their hearts and their gifts. So yes, yeah, I offer one-on-one.
Yes.
At the moment, this is what I'm actually focusing on.
Yes. Yeah.
And I love, it's like, you know, spiritual coaching, intuitive coaching, counseling
Yes.
through the wisdom of the Akashic Records.
Yes. So you can help get into that for an individual,
Yes.
and open up. I know you mentioned the word library, but that wisdom there, the many books, I guess, that are there for someone.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. I'm a certified Akashic, you know, records healer, and
Yeah.
I love doing this. This is something that is it's empowering but it's empowering, you know, to see. It's actually beautiful. My heart is filled with so much love and joy when I see my clients feeling empowered by what I assist them to tap into, expanding and opening their own hearts to, you know, anything is possible, anything is welcome. You know, if you feel stuck across, you know, if you're stuck in life, or you're in between jobs, or you have problems with the family, you know, members, or you're in a, you know, divorce, or you know, you might be happily married, but there is something not quite right. You feel you need guidance, you need healing, ancestral healing. There's deep healing happens, vibrational, that I offer, ancestral, generational, just deep healing that unfolds, very gentle healing, yet powerful. So everything is welcome. You know, you want to connect to, let's say, your business, you're a business owner, and the business and you are not quite in alignment, right? And there's something not right. So that's also there. That's also possible to reconnect to the spirit of your business, with the spirit of your home, of your family, the heart of your family, to reignite the highest potential, right? The highest spark, the highest, anything. That's why I love this, what I do.
Yes, I can see that. And what a gift that you can hold space. I feel your power, how you can hold space for that to come through for someone that, hey, this might be the first experience in opening up, reaching a soul, even acknowledging the light of the soul. and you as the practitioner or the healer holding that space to help bring it through. What a gift that you give everybody. Yay. So yay. Do you do that in person, and can that be done online as well?
Most of my sessions are via Zoom.
Yes.
Believe it or not.
Yes. Why not?
Most of my sessions, yes, it's energy is energy.
Yes, magical tool to be able to access. I mean, the world. What a way to get around. Yeah.
I know. What a blessing. And it just makes life simpler. Look at you and look at me where we are.
Yeah, exactly. Other side of the world.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And meeting together. So most of my sessions are, online, just like we do right now, just like that.
Yes.
And they're very powerful. They're very, empowering, different.
Yes.
And I do see clients in person as well.
Yes.
However, that in-person sessions are very different. They're more body, quantum healing, body. And I incorporate the same tools.
Yes.
But it is, I work with essential oils in deep. I bring in old esoteric ways of using essential oils. Tibetan tools, Tibetan ways, shamanic ways, frequencies, sound, magic.
Wow, it sounds
I just show up. I just show up.
And I guess having that many tools in your bag of magic, you can, and someone's there with you, you can draw upon anything you like that you're guided to, because I sense you open yourself up to what's right for that person when they're there with you. Yeah, and I know you've shown me some of your tools, and again, online, I felt them. Just magic, and the history and the age, the ancient magic that's within some of the things that you have are just awesome. I wish you were closer.
I know.
One. Yeah.
I know. One day,
yeah, absolutely.
When the world softens and opens again.
Yes, yeah. I would like to mention though, for listeners and viewers, to check out. You offer a 20-minute free call to start with, and what's involved with that?
Anything.
Yes. Good.
Anything. Basically, I don't open the records, but it is just the 20 minutes one-on-one with me, and for potential clients, for anyone to ask questions in terms of how does the session works, because there is a prayer that I use, and, kind of basically just feel my energy, feel if it is a right match, if it feels right, if they want to. It's just this compatibility, right?
Yes.
And if there is any questions that might have prior to booking a session with me, or booking a series of sessions, because that's what I'm moving forward, because people think one session is enough. You go and you ask. This is just like starting. This is the first layer of the cabbage or the onion or whatever. It is an ongoing work, but it's not, I wouldn't say work, it's just adventure, experience. It's like this adventure into yourself.
Yeah, and what a wonderful way to view it, because it is. We are so multi-dimensional and layered, and like you mentioned, the ancestral layers, and you just can't do this in one session. No. In any
it's in anything, with anything, any modality, really.
Yes, no, absolutely. And like your experience with ayahuasca, the first one, think, oh my goodness, a whole year of unraveling, but you're so new, so that it was needed, and we do, when we get that calling to clean and connect our souls, our energy, it's not easy. Everyone, so many people, I have a sense, think that maybe the spiritual way is quite easy, but it's not, because you've got to do the work on yourself, don't you? And keep going back as you face that mirror. But when you get to that level of knowingness and connecting with your soul, you've got it all to help you through it all.
Yes, and exactly, you have it all, and it's like it becomes easier. It becomes easier to be comfortable with the uncomfortable.
Yes. Yeah. I love the
It
way you said
becomes
that.
easier to be in what is without having the urge to fix, think it through, run away, numb it. It becomes easier to just like, okay.
Yes.
Because remember that everything is temporary.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Everything. You feel good, it will
Yeah.
change.
Yes,
You feel
exactly.
bad, it will change.
Yes. Yes. And to think, you're right, and to think like that, and acknowledging that the not so good feeling emotions and things that we're going through are temporary helps us to get through it a lot quicker instead of fighting against that energy which is already fighting and aggressive, to just allow
And breathe.
Yeah. Yes, so important to acknowledge that.
Breathe, connect to the feet, ground yourself and allow. Yes,
Yeah.
it is this is the way through.
Yes.
By breathing
Yeah. Exactly.
and allowing.
Yeah.
And even if you don't know how to allow, just breathe
Yeah.
slowly,
Yes. Yeah. Bring it down to the depths of us. Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. Because I remember, I'm talking from experience, because we have this set perception or set way of thinking how this should be or how that should be.
Yes. No, exactly. Whether it's programming from school or teachings or what we see and read, it is. And it's really, it's the perceptions of others that we're taking in with connecting like you do and helping people to get to the souls of themselves. Then you can tap into your own perception. Yeah.
And shift because every moment we change. Every moment, every moment is a new moment.
Yes, exactly.
So having an open perception and having an awareness about all of it, it just makes life magical.
Yeah. Yes. And why don't we gift ourselves that more often?
I know. I know.
What are we? Have we forgotten, you think, when we come into the body temple? And I mean, a lot of people are awakening to the connection and the soul, power of the soul and the love that's there. These times, I think, with this, as we're ascending and the earth's energies helping us to awake, so to speak. But yeah, isn't it a shame we've somewhere along the line we forgot, or were we meant to forget to remember again? Don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is all good.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
All is well. Like just looking at my life experiences and all the challenges and all the, the loss, the pain, the frustration, all the feelings.
Yes.
Right? Because all is welcome.
Yeah. Yep.
And when we allow ourselves to actually feel everything that comes up, don't attach to it as your truth, but just allow it to come up and feel it through the heart, because the heart knows the truth, and the heart is like this magician that changes, transmutes negative into positive, right?
Yeah.
So breathe, so allowing yourself to actually feel everything, anger, pain, it's okay. We're humans.
Yes. Yeah.
Made of elements, right?
Yep.
So you feel everything with allowing that, it shifts, like we changed, right? Everything, the anger changes, just you freeing yourself, you're liberating yourself from that.
Yes. Yeah.
Instead of like pushing it down. No, I'm supposed to be calm, peaceful, and happy.
Yeah. They're all sides of us. They're all aspects of us, the yin, the yang, of our being. Yeah, I like to sometimes explain that as like a tornado. There's a lot of stuff going on around, but when we become the middle of that, just stand in the epicenter, that's where there's total peace. It can all still go on and does around you, but we don't need to get caught up into the wind of it, the rush, the havoc and trauma of it.
Yeah, absolutely, the eye of the storm, right?
Yes, exactly.
And allowing to feel, because what I noticed is with me, myself and my clients and friends, right? When you allow yourself to feel anything that comes up, you be with it, you sit with it. Allow it to come up, allow it to go through your heart, but don't create stories around it. Just let it, you observe it. And it will shift. It shifts. It moves. It
really
changes.
does.
It becomes into like, oh, wow, okay. That's the magic, what the heart is. Is for us.
I had a visualization when you were explaining that, like sitting down with it, having a cup of tea. Okay.
Yeah, have a cup of tea.
Have a cup of tea with that emotion or that darker version, whatever is happening for you. And okay, that's it. Thanks for the conversation and the chat with over the cuppa. And thanks for that visualization.
You're so welcome. Because that's what I noticed, and that's very powerful when you allow what is to come. But the heart, it's important to feel it through the heart, because that's the filter. That's the way through. To feel through the heart. That's the heart is like my other teacher calls it the best janitor.
Yes. Best cleaner. Oh, wow.
The best cleaner.
Yeah.
Takes everything and purifies and transmutes.
Yes.
And it's simple and it's lovely.
Yeah. What a lovely way of seeing that. And and to drop out of the head makes so much. We sighed. We just both sighed then.
It's liberating.
Yes.
It's liberating.
Yes.
But at the same time, what I found is like when your mind goes 1,000,000 miles an hour, allow it.
Yes.
And throw the ball while you focus on the practice.
Go chase.
Go chase while you just focus on your here.
Yes. And you automatically, when you do that practice of just dropping down to the heart space, you automatically take a breath, don't you? It's like a sigh. I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back to where I need to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the chaser comes back. Oh, what do this? What done is?
Lovely. Yeah, exactly. Oh, what amazing tools that you offer in your, everything there that we've talked about, the Akashic. I just love that. The whole idea of being able to open up and connect with the knowledge that you've already got from all the many dimensions that you've been and gathered the information from, and being able to access that. And I like also, I noticed you say about that in that 20-minute call, you don't open the Akashic record, because I guess opening it, clearly you need to close it, because it could become, is it?
No, it just becomes a long journey.
Yes, right. Okay.
You know, the 20 minutes is more about answering any questions, feeling into the energies, the, alignment, and, kind of, because, if people are not familiar and they don't know what Akashic Records are, so I can answer this kind of logical question, just the basics, and perhaps they will, anything is welcome, right?
Yes.
But this is not the session. Like the session is different. The session would be, there is a permission that I sent prior to agreement to give me permission to access your records.
Yes.
And then there is a prayer that I say to access it, and there is generally information and energies flowing already. So I will say what's coming through, and it's always very different. Every session is unique.
Yes.
As you know.
As we all are,
Yes. And then, all questions are welcome, anything is welcome, and everything is very organic, So my only thing is always invite everybody to come open.
Yes.
As open as you can. The more open you are, the more, kind of present and receptive, the deeper the experience, since I am in your records.
Yes, wonderful.
That's
I can certainly understand that beautiful sacred space that you create to support the best sharing within that space, and the need to do the prayer. It's just wonderful, and I do so encourage listeners, viewers to get on and have a look. And how can they do that? How can people get in contact with you, find out more about you? Website?
Yes. Well, first of all, at the moment I live in Florida, the west coast of Florida in the US, and I can be reached via my website. I'm working on a new one, but right now I have an existing one, so it's functional. It's there. It's there. It's active, and it's doinitaward.com. My name.
Yes.
Simple. I can be reached via my email, doinitaward@gmail.com. I have, that's my main, right now I've got also the LinkedIn. I'm new to all of these platforms. My Facebook, my Facebook, the same, Doinita Ward. My LinkedIn, Doinita Ward, my full name, everywhere.
Yes.
I've also recorded 3 so far. As I said, we're all growing and expanding, right? 3 meditations on Insight Timer. So you can find me by my name, Doinita, on Insight Timer.
Yes.
And, I'm slowly adding more.
Excellent. Wow, you are expanding. I will provide all those details in written version at the beginning of the podcast. So listeners, please check that out. And I have tapped into your meditations. They're beautiful. Highly recommend the experience to everybody.
Thank you.
So it has been absolutely wonderful connecting, getting the healing from you and that magical behind you. I can't even find the words. Whoa, blown away. Thank you again for joining us here, sharing your magic, letting us have some insights into what you do. And I wish you so much abundance and growth, continuing to expand. If you ever have anything new that you want to promote, just let me know and I can put that out and about for you. But thank you again so much. Listeners, as I said, I'll put all your contact details here in the podcast. Lots of love and expanded energy to you. Lots of magic. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here, and for being with me, and for listening, and for allowing, and for holding the sacred container.
Thank you.
Many blessings. Much love.